El Pueblo. Let me get the shine. There we go. El Pueblo.
These are pretty new menus.
Hmm?
Pretty new menus.
Are they new?
Yes.
Well, we haven't been here for a little while.
We haven't been here in like a year.
I gotta look and see what. Thank you.
Almost.
Oh, jeez. Dropped the lemon into my salsa. I don't want lemon. If I wanted lemon, I would have asked for lemonade. Everybody insists that you gotta put lemon in anything liquid. I don't know why, but they do. Don't need that.
What do I want
Get these
this time?
2 pieces of lemon out of my salsa. I say my salsa because it's not hers. She can't eat it.
No, too hot for me.
It's too good.
They have a green sauce here that's warm. I don't know what it is, but it's delicious, and I can actually eat that.
It's the sauce that goes on something, but it's been so long since we've been here, I can't remember
I don't know, but it's
what
really,
it is that
it's
it
really
normally
good.
goes on. It's a warmed green salsa. It's very mild, which of course is her
Up my
kind of
alley,
salsa.
but it's got a ton of flavor to it.
Yeah, it's really delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to eat that salsa because I can't handle the other 2 salsas, but I eat some of it just because
It's yummy.
oh man, that would have been bad. I was about to dump 2 bags of C&H sugar in the salsa because I'm not paying attention. There goes in the iced tea.
You don't, no, sweet salsa would be weird.
Yeah, well, there's mango salsas. A lot of salsas are sweet. A lot of really good salsas are sweet. But I don't think just dumping 2 packages of sugar into a nice, flavorful, because this is good salsa. Now the other one
You got
that
the
they
other
bring
one
out
here.
standard is a more normal salsa, more reddish and everything, but it doesn't have quite the flavor that one does. And both of these are hot enough that you can't eat them.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
get the
Way
other
hot.
one.
Way hot.
Plastic straws.
That's a plus.
If you
Paper
can
straws?
open them.
Paper straws are terrible. A, they get mushy really quickly, but B, they ruin the taste of your drink because then all you're tasting is the paper. So paper straws, I would rather have no straw than a paper straw.
And then, just to make them even more environmentally sensitive, they wrap them in plastic. Dude. Environmentalists are not known for being exceptionally bright.
What do I want?
Yeah, you probably want something back over the back page with seafood,
The Del Mar.
if I remember correctly. And I want the muy grande chimichanga, stuffed with shredded beef, chicken, refried beans, cheese, and diced tomatoes. Served piping hot with ranchero sauce, I think is the one that you
Is
like.
that what it is? The warm green sauce?
The
Well,
ranchero sauce.
I guess we can ask our wait staff when they come back.
She'll know, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wait a minute, muy macho, muy grande. Okay. Muy grande chimichanga, that's the one I want. That's it. Right there. It's good. And there's enough of it that it's plenty good tomorrow too.
Oh, the portions here?
Sometimes the next day.
The portions are enormous.
Quite.
You get a lot of food for your $1 here.
Very good.
All right, family. Have a good night.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming.
There, so much for the glasses. The iced tea is not up to their usual standard.
It's not bad though. It's just not as clear as it
Not as
usually
clear.
is.
There's a little tiny bit of not up to the usual standard taste. And it's not as clear and pretty. Because when iced tea is perfect,
Oh,
it's got that clarity coming through the glass.
Beautiful. I think I'm going to go with the seafood enchilada.
I forget what you normally get.
I get a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, you always get the same thing here. Because it's so good. There's the problem with the tea. The water tastes bad.
Yeah, that would do it.
Bad water, bad tea. Oh, it's right down the road in Bakersfield, the water doesn't taste that bad out of the tap. We run it through a filter anyway before drinking it, but even straight out of the tap, it doesn't taste that bad.
I think the last time I was here, I got the burrito del mar. But this time I'm going to go with the seafood enchilada.
There you go. In case you're wondering, I'm going to go ahead and be the spoiler here. This place is going to get 2 thumbs up from both of us because we've been here
Many
a
times.
number of times before, and we
Many
really
times.
like the food here. Never been disappointed. So, spoiler.
Yeah. So we're going to pause now until we get our order taken because we're respecting the wishes of our waitress who prefers not to be on camera.
Excuse me. Ready to order, family?
So you want to pause that while we order? And
I have an editor at home.
okay, so
It's okay.
Yes.
First off, there's a you have a warm salsa.
like it's green.
Oh, yeah. Chili
Yeah,
verde.
because both of these are too hot for
They're
her.
too hot.
I love
I'll
them
get it.
both,
Yeah.
but
No
she
problem.
can't eat either one of them. If we can get a
bring
little
some
bowl
of
of
that,
that,
yeah.
that'd be great. And then
I would like to get the seafood enchiladas, please.
Seafood enchilada. Very good. Okay.
I want that muy grande chimichanga.
Mm-hmm. Muy bien.
I can't get away from that one. It's really good. Thank you.
No problem.
She talked to him. She don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, it's fine. I totally respect
Got her
that.
face on a wanted poster in the post office or something and don't want to get recognized.
Kind of don't think so, but I respect her request for privacy.
People are afraid of cameras.
That's all right.
They walk into a post office with one. Yeah, people are afraid of cameras. They think you're a terrorist. He's casing the place. He's gonna rob it later on. Yeah, that's what it is. No, they accuse people of that all the time.
I know you watch that stuff all the time.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to be right in the stitch line here in the editing, when I switch from me to her and back, it goes through a line. It's got a lens over here on this side and a lens over here on this side. And there's a computerized stitch line right over here. That's probably doing all sorts of crazy things to my hand right now.
I guess we'll find out. Do you want to walk like an Egyptian? Walk like an Egyptian.
I used to do that all the time. Back when people knew what song it was we were talking about.
Well,
The Bangles.
we're old.
I can't help it. Well, I mean, it proves that I'm old. That the way that I remember the name of this town, Lamont, is I think about Fred Sanford. You dummy!
His son, Lamont.
Dummy!
Lamont had it going on. Lamont was like a styling dude. He was a bit of a ladies' man. It's all right.
Yeah, but what was Rollo?
Oh,
Rollo was a lot of
Rollo?
fun.
Yeah.
Of course, all of you that are too young for this, Go watch Sanford and Son. It's really good.
Still funny. Mm-hmm. Rolo is Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Puerto means door, what does Rican mean? Because it's the door to someplace. Puerto Rico.
We could ask our waiter. I'm reasonably sure that he is bilingual. I wonder what the original language was in Puerto Rico before it became Spanish colony.
Something native.
Yeah, and I wonder what it was. I'm curious now.
And here's the soup.
Ah, there it
Thank
is.
you. Oh, this is
That's
the good stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
So, this is the warm green stuff we're talking about. It's yummy. And it smells rich, and I smell cumin in it.
It's delicious sauce. I'm pretty sure that's what they put on
I
the giant
think
sized burrito.
It's like tomatillo and cumin, and I don't know what else is in it. Onion.
Oh, that water is bad. But tomatillo,
It's a little bit hot this time.
people just naturally, without even thinking about it, if it's going to be a tomatillo sauce, they're going to make it hot. And when you find a good mild tomatillo sauce,
Oh, it's a treat because I like the taste of tomatillo.
I love that flavor.
Yum.
Rico. Let's see what it says about Rico.
The Anti-Racketeering Act.
Yeah, that's the first few. Racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations.
That's what you're going to get first off with Rico.
RICO definition. And it's going to be RICO law. Yeah. What does RICO mean in Spanish? Okay, I'm just going to go to the Spanish to English dictionary. Spanish to English.
And I can also ask our waiter when he comes over.
RICO. RICO means
Rico.
Rico. It's a name.
But it's translating from English to English. You don't have it translating from Spanish to English.
Well, it says English detected.
Right. You have to be smarter than the Google foo.
First, you have to remember the alphabet so you can find Spanish. There it is. Rich.
Huh.
Puerto Rico is a door to rich.
The door to riches.
Riches. Okay.
All right. So
That makes more sense.
that means it's a very prosperous land and you could grow amazing crops and stuff. I would think. I don't think it's riches as in like gold and silver and jewels. I mean,
never know.
it could be. I don't know.
If there wasn't something there to steal, the Spaniards wouldn't have went there.
Well, that was the whole point of colonization, pretty much for any country that was having colonies. They wanted the resources of that land.
The resources and or the people.
Well, people being considered a resource at that point. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so the brownish sauce, really good. But I already knew that.
Well, yeah. And then you have your regular salsa.
The red sauce. It's really good in a different way.
And the green sauce is excellent.
You don't usually think of getting salsa and chips and having the salsa being warm, but it works.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they don't routinely serve that with the chip. It's just, you have to ask for it here.
Well,
I highly recommend you ask for it here, because it's really good.
a waiter here recommended it to us when you said that both of these are too hot for you.
Yeah, that's how we found out about it. That was like,
If I can get you some sauce that's not hot.
that was like 4 or 5 years ago. At least 4 or 5 years ago.
No, they have a really good wait staff here.
Mm-hmm. And they've remodeled since we were here last.
Excuse me?
Ooh, he's bringing the good stuff.
Yeah, seafood enchilada.
Very good.
Got them.
Oh my goodness,
Around
look
the
at
chimney.
that thing.
Wow, that's huge.
That is
For your
massive.
dinner.
Thank you very
you.
much.
You're welcome.
Wow. Look at this.
Wait a minute, they're looking at this right now.
Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Seafood enchilada.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. And the
Guacamole.
guacamole.
I don't have any. I just have sour cream. No guacamole for mine. But their
Well, we'll have to-
guacamole is good.
I'll have to fix that.
Thank you. Now I have some.
You don't want to be in here and not have any of their guacamole.
Their guacamole is excellent.
Yeah, I didn't get any rice and beans, but she usually doesn't eat her rice and beans, so
Yeah, so that works.
I end up getting some anyway. And we'll put the sour cream and the guacamole on top of this massive burrito so that I can get the salad with the sauce.
Oh,
I love that sauce they put on their enchiladas.
the sauce on this is really tasty too.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine has a white sauce with it. And it's a mild white sauce. Really tasty. And you've got lots and lots of fish. Now the crab in it is fake crab. It is surimi, but they mention that in the menu. So
Yeah, they're not trying to pull fast.
they're not trying to convince you that that's actual crab. And there's nothing wrong with surimi. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it
I
works.
just get annoyed if they say it's real crab and you ask if it's real crab and they say yes and then it comes and it's surimi
And they'll stand there and look right at you.
and tell you it's
Yeah,
crab.
it's real.
It's real
It's
crab.
real crab. Really, it is. No, it's not.
Whoops. Apparently, my very buff rooster wanted some.
There's beans in the burrito.
Well, I have fish in here and tomatoes and onions, and obviously there's some cheese in here that's all melty.
Now, next time we come in here, I'm going to see if I can get them to fry the chimichanga crispier. Because it's a fried burrito. Chimichanga is a fried burrito for those of you that are not California natives. But quite often it's fried to where the tortilla is crispy. And this is not. It's fried, but it's not crispy.
I've never had a chimichanga.
It's a fried burrito. You can take any burrito, roll it up with all your stuff in it, and fry it.
Well,
And that makes it a chimichanga.
I mean, mine is an enchilada, which is basically a baked burrito.
An enchilada is a wet burrito. Yeah. This is a wet burrito, but it's just too damn big to be an enchilada. This, what did they say it was? A half pound?
I forget.
That thing's
It's
massive.
good size. Well, I mean, this is pretty huge too. Usually enchiladas are fairly small.
There was that one night that we were in here, the owner was here. And he made us something at the bar and brought us something for free because we're not much on alcohol. We're not going to go in the bar and sit down and order drinks. But he brought us something. What was that?
He brought us, I think it was like a mango margarita or something.
It was something special that he made up that wasn't on their drink menu.
Yeah, it was
good.
really good. That man knows how to make a cocktail.
Super nice guy.
Very nice. We enjoyed talking with him. He sat down with us and we had a great conversation with him.
But haven't they sold it since then? Does he still own it? I don't remember.
Last time we were here, he was
It's been a
still
while.
around, but he didn't come in very often. But I mean, he's getting up in years.
But this is a family-owned and operated mom and pop restaurant. It's pretty good size and it's really nice. It's not all ran down and dingy. Bathrooms are spotlessly clean and
Teensy, skinny,
Yeah, they're
spotlessly
real-
clean.
narrow.
They're very narrow.
And it's just it doesn't cause a problem. It's just a little unusual.
They're narrow and long. You go way back in there.
But they're clean. Sometimes you come in here, and you've got those two tables out in the middle pushed together.
And it's full
You
up
have
in
an
here.
enormous family. It gets noisy. Right now, there was a couple in here when we came in, and they just left. We're the only ones in here.
So
But it's a Monday night.
I think this sauce also has some wine in it. I'm tasting like a cooked, like white wine.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So I'm pretty sure there's some
It's a
wine.
good
You know,
it's a good way to make a white sauce.
yeah.
But yeah, it's Monday night and it's early. So I wouldn't, it'll pick up later on.
So I've got my fake crab. I've got shrimp, chopped up shrimp, and there's a whitefish in here, and there's some tomatoes in here. About the only way I would improve this is garlic. Extra garlic.
You could probably ask for garlic in it.
Yeah. Next time. Yeah.
These guys aren't mass producing this. They can make changes for you. Mine's got chicken, beef, not ground beef, shredded beef. All the tomatoes and beans and onions and all of that kind of good stuff. It's wonderful.
So the rice here is clearly a Cal Rosa rice. It's, not a super high quality rice. I mean, in terms of flavor, it's perfectly fine. I just prefer like basmati or something.
But that's the rice that's standard in a Mexican
But
restaurant.
this is your usual rice that they get. It's a Cal Rosa rice. It's got nice bright tomato flavors to it. It's well cooked. Tomato, onions. I'm not sure whatever. I'm sure annatto is what gives it the bright color. That and the tomatoes. I just don't eat a lot of rice or bread in general, but this is good rice.
There's some beef.
Excuse me, is
Very
everything
good.
okay? A little more tea, maybe?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, yeah, got it.
So we were just wondering,
Yes.
next time we come back, if you was to order that and ask for it with garlic, with a lot of garlic. I mean, they can make little
Pretty sure we can add some,
changes and like
while
that.
they're cooking the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys aren't mass producing this stuff. You can make little changes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not only, it's not a big deal. And garlic should be
Oh,
awesome.
garlic is always good.
Always, I love garlic. Yeah.
Like I'll order camarones con ajo,
Mojo de ajo,
with a side of extra ajo.
Extra ajo.
I'm like
Ajo.
all the ajo.
Oh, yeah.
Keep putting it on
A
there.
lot of flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Next time, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And there's a bunch of chicken.
Yummy.
Shredded chicken. Like a lot of small restaurants like this, there's a TV on over there. You can probably see it when we swing around over to her. You can see the TV's on. And I glanced up at the TV because it's a football game. It's always a football game. So I'm not really interested.
It's football season.
But look up there, and my eyes go, wait a minute. That's a gorgeous blonde playing a piano. I thought this was a football game. It was a commercial for something. And it's one of
Okay.
those things that it catches your eye, and you see what you see.
Yeah.
You don't even bother looking to see what they're trying to sell you. Who cares?
Well, we were here one time and they were playing these Mexican music videos. And they had this little boy, 6, 7 years old, doing music videos and performing. And he was really good. And I can't remember his name now. But I know we went down the rabbit hole and watched a whole mess of his videos afterwards. Little kid, very talented. Of course, now I'm sure he's a young adult.
Ordinarily, I can't stand it when they make a child sing. It's very rare that they're good at it.
This kid was good. And a good entertainer. He had great stage presence.
So yeah, when you do see a good one, it grabs your attention.
I'm officially full. And that green sauce mixed in with the sauce that this comes with is a nice addition. It works.
We were watching motorcycle racing shows on YouTube on TV last night. And here's this kid about 4 years old, all fully doodadded up in all of his motocross gear and padded, and got his little mini motocross motorcycle right there. I mean, he's still a kid. He's a racer, and he gets out there and he gets serious about it and everything, but he's still a kid. He's like, I get to do wheelies, and I get to slide sideways, and I get to win.
So there's my leftovers. I think I'm good for a while. I know what I'm taking for lunch at work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. It's getting longer. And longer. The cheese is all straight. There we go.
Cheese.
Another piece falls off. I'm not getting it anywhere near my beard until it gets done triple cheese. There we go. You gotta know how to eat cheese. Get the guacamole with some chips. Sounds like somebody's getting a margarita back there.
Yep, that would be the blender. Blended margaritas are much better than those on the rocks, in my opinion.
I just automatically think of a margarita as being a blended drink. And then if you ask for one and don't say blended,
They don't blend it.
they don't blend it, and then I gotta send it back. Okay, run this through the blender a little bit. The best margarita, hands down, that we've ever had is at Red Robin. It's not so much the margarita, but you can get one there that's purple.
It's
With the
prickly pear.
They put some prickly. You just take a standard margarita, put some prickly pear juice into it. Off the charts, delicious.
That's really good. Okay. I'm setting that aside because I am full up.
I'm not too far behind you. I got a whole lot of burrito here.
You have, yeah, you didn't eat nearly as much burrito as you normally would eat. That's a massive burrito though. Well, it's a chimichanga.
Gotta eat the rest of this guacamole because you gotta eat the guacamole while it's fresh.
Yeah, it's better fresh.
If somebody's making you some fresh guacamole, eat it that way.
Now, I wonder if they have flan here.
You can ask.
Flan is good.
There's quite a few different levels of flan. In general, flan is good. But if it's really good, it's one of the best desserts out there.
We had an excellent flan when we lived down in San Diego. I keep looking for another one to meet that level of flan greatness. Eventually, I'm going to find it somewhere else.
It's got the chocolate sauce drizzled across it. Yeah, that was good. In a restaurant, the entire wait staff was gorgeous to the point where they had a calendar.
Yeah, they did.
So you could buy a calendar of the wait. What was the name of that place? It was actually in El Cajon, out in San Diego.
I don't remember.
I could probably look it up.
I don't remember, but they were good.
Really good food, really good flan. If they had any TVs in there, I wouldn't have noticed them. They're constantly. Very distracting. They shouldn't do that. Right. But no, in other words, to get a job as a waitress there, you not only had to be really good as a waitress, you had to look good. And they had their uniform.
Their waiters were just as good as their waitresses.
Were they?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were.
Well,
It was equal opportunity.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm naturally not going to notice that so much, but they didn't have a calendar for them, though, did they?
I don't know if they had any of the waiters in the calendar because we didn't get one. We just noticed that they had one. They were advertising it.
I volunteered to be the photographer for the next year. I can do good photography for a calendar. But, yeah. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find what restaurant it was, and I'll put the Yelp, or if they have a website, or maybe a link to their calendar if they're still doing that. Put that in the description down there. Because if I look it up and see the name, I'll remember it.
If I saw the interior decor, it would trigger it, and I'd be like, yep, that's the place.
Oh, beautiful place.
We found a couple of places like that where I remembered the food, I remembered what the decor was like inside and outside. I could not remember the name or the location of the restaurant to save my life. And when I got online and was searching through restaurants in that general part of the world, managed to find it when I found the pictures. I was like, yep, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Or you see the name and that triggers a memory.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to drive to El Cajon
Oh, shoot.
and shoot a review.
I hate having to go to El Cajon and San Diego. It's just, it's tragic.
Terrible. Because I could drive right to it. I don't remember the name of the streets, but I could drive right to it. I remember some of the major stores that were around it.
I remember what the outside of the building looked like, well, and the inside.
It was on El Cajon. It was, you come down El Cajon Boulevard from where we lived. Just before you get into downtown El Cajon, you would turn left or south, and it was a couple blocks down. I could drive right to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know the name. But anyway, we're going to wrap up this review because we're about done eating. Mm-hmm. Unless they have flan.
Unless they have flan. We'll add in the flan if they have it.
We will get back to you if they've got the flan. And of course, we're discussing how you pronounce flan. And I say it's the same as Southern for flying. Because there's a specific type of motorcycle crash, which I have, of course, done a number of times, and on a bicycle too. It's called a flying W. But if you're saying it the way I would say it, it's flan W. So, flan.
Yeah.
Some people with no Spanish experience, haven't listened to it, none of that, they would call it flan.
You know,
and that's like saying taco.
I call it flan.
Flan. But I call it flan.
Flan.
It's almost got two syllables, flan.
And what exactly is in a taco?
Meat, cheese, vegetables, and a tortilla.
And what exactly is in a burrito?
Meat, cheese, and some vegetables.
In a tortilla.
In a tortilla.
Uh-huh.
Taquito. Meat, maybe some cheese, in a tortilla.
Yep. Quesadilla.
Tostada.
Oh.
Meat, cheese, vegetables, on a tortilla.
Quesadilla.
Meat, cheese,
Vegetables.
sometimes some vegetables, and a tortilla. The beauty of it is, though,
They're all very different. Same ingredients combined in so many different creative ways.
and you can make so much out of it. Like then you get like a birria.
Birria.
You pronounce the accent is on the beer. Birria. Quesadilla. At any of our favorite places here. Mm-hmm. They take that tortilla and they put it on the flat top with some of the broth, the consomme.
Oh man.
And they flip it over, put all of your birria, which is the slow cooked shredded beef.
Or goat or lamb or
You can get chicken birria, goat,
Yeah.
whatever you want. But it's the way of cooking it, slow cooking, and the type of seasoning that you add. And a bunch of cheese, whole bunch of cheese. And you flip it over, flip it back over on the flat top in that sauce. Oh man, that comes out so good. The sauce turns everything orange, and the tortilla gets so crispy, and it's like, okay, you got meat and cheese in a tortilla, but it's different.
yeah, the textures, the flavors, the presentation, all entirely different.
You take that tostada, set it on a plate right next to a tostada at Taco Bell. No contest. They're not even, they're different.
Well, a
and then
tostada
there's
is
the
this
tostada grande with
bowl.
the bowl made out of tortilla. And a lot of people, they just eat what's in there and leave that bowl behind. I'm like, man,
You can eat the bowl. It's
a
crunchy.
fried flour tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. But anyway,
We digress.
we
Again.
certainly do.
Again.
Over and over and over.
So we will see you possibly momentarily with flan, if we're lucky.
Because if they have it here, I
Gonna be
guarantee
good.
you it's good.
Gonna be good.
So, right now, we're out of here. We are in luck.
They have John.
Look at that.
That's a beautiful flan.
Caramel sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what it's flan is a caramel custard,
Yeah.
right?
It's a baked custard, and they put some sugar on the bottom that caramelizes it because it's roasting in the bottom of the pan. So the layer of sugar will actually melt into the caramel sauce. Caramel.
And then you put some whipped cream on it.
And they've got, this one also has the chocolate on it.
The chocolate drizzle and the caramel sauce, whichever you want to call it.
Yes. Alley-oop.
She pulls it over closer to her.
Oh, look at the texture of that flan. That is perfect flan texture. It's not watery, it's not grainy, it's nice and smooth.
Very
It's
well done.
sweet, but not too sweet. And you have that burnt sugar caramel that you get on the top of it. Yum.
It cooked on the bottom of it, but now it's on the top.
Yeah.
You scoop up some of that chocolate sauce and some of the caramel sauce.
I wasn't trying to steal it all. I was just showing it off.
Well, I'm just saying, that's how you eat flan. You got to scoop up the chocolate sauce
Yeah,
and
you
the
need a
caramel
little of
sauce.
all the bits, all the taste.
You can in Southern California, in most grocery stores, and especially the ones that lean Mexican, Vallarta, Food Max, Food for Less, stuff like that.
Food for you?
You can buy flan, little cups in the cooler. And they're not the best. They don't compare to this. They're Taco Bell. This is El Pueblo. Okay? There's no comparison, but even those are good.
Yeah. Those are usually a lot sweeter and they're not quite as dense in terms of the actual texture of the custard.
He says, I'm gonna take
Oh,
this.
you are welcome. These are really good. I'm glad we have a flan to share.
A good flan is just a thing of beauty. And if that restaurant still exists in El Cajon, I'm looking. I haven't found it yet. A lot of good restaurants went belly up during the COVID thing, and it's really sad. I mean, people had put their heart and soul and their lives into a restaurant, and it got closed. And it makes me very sad that a lot of people lost their businesses. And I'm not saying that it has because I'm not done looking through Yelp yet. If I see that name, I'll recognize it, and I'll put the link in the description. But that place, that was the best flan I've ever had.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is really good. That was just a cut above.
Well, every so often you find a food that becomes the standard by which you judge all subsequent foods of that same type. And the vast majority of them don't even come close. They might be really tasty, but they're just not that absolute level of culinary perfection. And that was that flan.
You gotta wonder, I mean, we're not the kind of people to go into a place that's like $100 a plate on a regular basis. But if you went in to some place in, say, Beverly Hills or something like that, that's a Mexican restaurant, that's $100 or more per person, you think the flan would be any better than that? Is there anything you could think of to do to make flan better than what those guys are doing?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, there's a certain... I know some of the techniques. I mean, you bake them in a water bath, which is how you get that beautiful, rich, creamy texture. They could maybe vary the percentage of cream and eggs. But if you vary it, if you vary it too much, you're getting away from.
Then it's not flan.
Then it's not flan. So
you wouldn't want to do that.
Flan is something your grandma makes. Your abuelita makes really good flan.
There's only so far you can go and still be flan.
Yeah. And then the rest of it's presentation. Yeah, you could sprinkle some gold flakes on it and it would make it look very fancy.
It wouldn't make it taste any better.
But it's not going to impact the taste.
It would make it cost more.
It would make it cost quite a bit more.
But not improve it in any way.
Gold is supposed to be really good for arthritis and arthritis pain, so it might add that, but I don't think you're getting enough from the little sprinkling they're going to put on one serving of whatever to make enough of a difference.
Maybe if you went every week.
Oh, $100 a person plus.
Some people, that's nothing.
Every week? Ooh.
That's not us, but to some people, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Or think about if you're a reviewer in some sort of financial deal with a publication or whatever, where they're buying it. We pay for all our own food. I have had people, especially at taco trucks, offer me free food. I won't accept it. I'm paying for the food. I'm tipping the waiters and waitresses just like I ordinarily would. Because if you put bad food on the table, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not beholden to anybody. I don't owe anybody anything. And that might be one reason why you don't see us at extremely expensive restaurants. We can't afford it. We're working people. Well, she's working people. I'm retired, but I used to be working people. We work for our money. Yep. We're not going to throw it away on gold flakes on top of flan. But if they put gold flakes on top of the flan, I bet it would be a good flan, though.
I would hope so.
Maybe they light it on fire or something. I don't know.
Flan is supposed to be cold, so
Yeah.
I don't know about lighting it on fire.
Fried ice cream. That's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem right. You can't fry ice cream, but if it's done right, oh my God, fried ice cream. And they have that here too.
Yeah, they do. We've gotten that here before.
Next time.
And it was good.
Next time. Okay. So, once again, El Pueblo on the Weed Patch Highway
In Lamont.
in Lamont.
Excuse me, you want to take this plate too?
Yes,
Very
homemade.
good.
Your flan is wonderful.
Thank you.
De nada.
Need more drinks? We're good, right? No more tea?
No, I think that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.